Harry and I are in western Newfoundland. We've been hiking and cycling across the island's expansive trailway. It's part of the Trans-Canada Trail. Today is the final leg of our journey in Newfoundland, a 290-kilometer adventure. We're going off-trail first to visit Gros Morne National Park. Then we'll come back to the trail to complete the trailway. And finally, we'll cross the Cabot Strait in the Atlantic Ocean on the ferry to return to mainland Canada. But before we dive into today's journey, thank you to our subscribers for your support. And if you're new here, welcome aboard. We hope you'll join us in our mission to preserve these remarkable places. If you find value in our content, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, or sharing your thoughts in the comments below. It aids the growth of our channel and empowers us to help these remarkable places and the wildlife that calls them home. We begin at Gros Morne National Park. We chose a hike called the Tablelands Trail. It's a 4-kilometer return trip and follows an old roadbed as it skirts the base of a mountain. It feels like we're walking on the moon, but in running shoes and blue jeans. And it's fascinating to consider what this surreal, barren, orange landscape actually is. So normally, the ground we all walk on is called the Earth's crust, our planet's outer shell, and this crust goes about 7 to 35 kilometers deep, down into the earth and sustains all known life. Beneath the crust lies the mantle, made up of solid rocks and semi-solid magma. But right here, we are walking on the rare exposure of this mantle, sometimes called the Earth's inner soul. The rocks were once a seabed that was thrust upwards when two continents collided some 500 million years ago. Shaped by colliding continents and grinding glaciers, the park is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Because of its mantle rock composition, barely anything can grow and live on the tablelands, leaving it mysteriously rocky and barren. And yet, some fascinating plants, like the carnivorous pitcher plant, thrive in the nutrient-poor, heavy metal-laden soil of the tablelands. The pitcher plant is a true carnivore, eating insects to supplement its diet. Meat-eating plants like these are nature's way of adapting to environments where nitrogen is scarce. The pitcher plant lures insects with its colors and scents, only for them to slip into a pool of acid at the base of the leaves, where they become plant food. This plant is iconic to Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's the floral emblem of the province. We traveled through Gros Morne Park to Rocky Harbour on the east coast of Newfoundland, and then resumed the trailway. There had been a lot of rain, and the landscape was lush with pretty wildflowers. Most of the trail surface was soft and muddy or made of large loose gravel, not suitable for road bikes. In the towns like Corner Brook and Port aux Basques, there were paved sections. We walked the trail and skipped a few sections where the trail was flooded. This is a Rails to Trails project early in its development with huge potential. It is one of the longest stretches of an off-road trail system in Canada, beginning on the east coast of Newfoundland at kilometer 0, going to the island's west coast, and then via the ferry it connects to the Trans-Canada Trail, going all the way to Victoria, British Columbia, as well as Tuktoyaktuk at the Arctic Circle. It was time for us to leave Newfoundland and make our way to the Marine Atlantic Ferry. The ferry ride takes about 7 hours and travels 178 kilometers between Port aux Basques and North Sydney. The internet service was intermittent, but plug-ins at most seats kept our devices charged while we used them mostly offline. Reservations are required, and we were able to make them about 4 days in advance of our trip. We will leave now with scenes from the ferry. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey through Newfoundland's western region. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more adventures. And I hope to see you all again very soon.